Hi everyone, this is Kerem Baran with Solar Academy. Today I am here with Jim Wood of SEG Solar. Many of you might not have heard of SEG Solar, but SEG Solar is a really unique solar module manufacturer that traverses continents and is one of the most unique success stories in solar that I've heard in the past decade and a half. And today we're here with Jim to talk about SCG's back story and offerings, but also a little bit of Jim's background and how all of this came together. So with that, Jim, let me first ask you, how did you end up where you are today? Go as far back as you wish to tell us the story. And I know just looking at your LinkedIn and hearing from friends that you've been in the solar industry for a really long time, almost 2 decades, like myself, for almost a decade and a half. And you have built a really successful and admirable brand, and would love to hear how this all came together.
Yeah, Graham. Well, appreciate that opportunity to share the story of SEG. And yeah, so probably about 20 plus years ago, I was working in finance. I was at Merrill Lynch, and I remember reading an analyst report about grid parity and some other things that they were projecting to happen. They projected it to happen a lot sooner than it really did, but got me very interested in the solar industry. I had previously lived in Germany, and so when I moved to the U.S. when I was 17, came from Germany. I was born in Korea. And there was much more solar in Europe at the time. When I was younger, when we had lots of friends and neighbors that had solar thermal heating systems, that type of thing. And so very used to, I guess, having seen solar much more prevalent in Europe than I did here in the US. And so I was just always interested in it. And so the opportunity came where I had the ability to work with one of my customers at Merrill Lynch to launch a solar company in North Carolina, and so we got our start on the installation side. So I installed lots of solar water heating systems, lots of solar thermal heating systems, radiant floor, that kind of thing, and then obviously PV became much more common. Started installing PV systems as well, and yeah, and kind of it was a kind of a rapid, I guess, transition from thermal to PV as costs started to come down, and so made the leap into PV and worked at several different manufacturers before launching SEG here in the US.
Yeah, I've seen that you worked for major brands like Trina and ET Solar in the US market, and that's after your working as a installer. So you kind of like worked up and down the value chain in many different parts.